Welcome back! My name is Baller Scuba. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1985. Today, we're going to talk about Hardball. The story of Hardball takes us to a company named Accolade. Accolade was founded in 1984 by Alan Miller and Bob Whitehead. We have talked about Alan Miller and Bob Whitehead before. They were among the founders of Activision. The two men felt that Activision should diversify its games to other platforms, such as the Commodore 64. However, Activision was hesitant to do this. So, Miller and Whitehead left Activision and formed Accolade, hiring Tom Frisina as CEO. Hardball would be among the first games developed by the new company. Bob Whitehead himself would design Hardball. He would be assisted by Mimi Doggett, who would design the art for the game, and Ed Bogus, who would compose the sound for the game. Ed Bogus had previously composed music for films and television, particularly for the Peanuts. Hardball is a baseball computer video game. If you are unfamiliar with baseball, we discussed it in our previous video. Hardball combined aspects of managerial baseball games as well as action-based baseball games, allowing players to manage their teams as well as play the game themselves. Hardball was also one of the first baseball games to use the behind-the-pitcher's mound perspective, which is how baseball is presented on television. Accolade released Hardball to the Commodore 64 in 1985. That is a brief backstory to Hardball. With that now told, it's time to play the game for ourselves. And here we are in the game. This is Hardball, as you can see, released in 1985 by Accolade. We have the designer as Bob Whitehead, graphics by Mimi Doggett, and music by, I went with Ed Bogus. Could be Bogas. I went with Bogus. This is baseball. If you're unfamiliar with baseball, like I said before, I did do a video trying to explain the game. I know it's a complicated game if you've never played it before, but a lot of what we talked about is going to be in this game, and then a few things that we didn't talk about, so I'll have to kind of talk about that a little bit further. Let's go ahead and get in now. We have my joystick is plugged into port 1 at this point, which makes me the All-Stars. But a special thanks to Karen, Barry, Dustin, and Eric for their support. Alright, so you basically use the joystick up and down to try to determine what game you're going to be playing. We're the All-Stars, our opponents are going to be the Champs. Now, neither one of these are based on real teams in real leagues, but we might recognize a few of the names in the All-Stars. At least I recognized a few of them. Champs, I had nothing. But basically, we get to choose what kind of game we want at this point, whether we're the visiting team, the home team, whether we're up against another player or the computer. I'm going to be up against the computer, and then we can determine whether we want the designated hitter in there. Remember that only the American League at this time has the designated hitter. The National League does not. So there's not really a right or wrong way unless you talk to baseball fans, then they have very strong opinions about which way is the right way or the wrong way. But to be honest, I grew up liking the American League. That my team's in the American League, so I'm used to the DH. So this is what I'm going to go with. Game number 10. I'm going to be the home team. There is a DH, and the visitor will be the Champs. They're the computer. All right, let's hit the button and go in. Okay, so we have a few things that we can do here. We can substitute a player. We can exchange positions. I don't really see the need to exchange positions at this point. We can move the outfield back in, all that kind of stuff. I don't really care. We'll just leave it in normal depth. To be honest, I haven't noticed that much of a difference anytime I've done that, but maybe we'll try it again today. And then I am not intentionally walking anybody. But I said that you could recognize a couple names here. The one that I'll point out once again on the All-Stars, the third person on the list here, Miller, the catcher. He's honestly probably our best hitter. That's probably Alan Miller. I'm not entirely sure. We can try to substitute and see what happens. So if I substitute him out for Jones and then try to bring him in, nope, it's Ricky Miller. I'm going to still say it's based on Alan Miller, even though they don't actually have the right first name in there. I have to assume that that's based on Alan Miller, co-founder of Accolade. All right, then we can do... One of the things I do want to do is kind of look over the list to see if there's anybody I want to replace. If memory serves me right, I do want to replace probably Mimi Doggett here. Once again, probably not what the name is if I put it in. This is weird because it goes backwards. The person that I want to put in is another shortstop. Like I said, I did a little bit of trying this out. It looks like Johnny Stokes is the better hitter. He hits .277. He's got 11 stolen bases, 1 home run, all that kind of stuff. So he's got the better average. The average here, we have to talk a little bit about stats. Like I said, it's hard to talk about the game without talking about stats. Mickey Doggett, not Mimi Doggett. But the numbers are, well, the first thing is the position. So this is our shortstop. The bat, they bat right. Stokes is a switch hitter, which means they can go either way. We'll talk about that as we get in. The AB is the number of at-bats they've had, which doesn't really necessarily mean much to us right now. It just kind of means how experienced they are, or how true the numbers are, I guess. We can go with that. Then we have the number of home runs they've hit, number of runs batted in, which we haven't talked about and probably won't today, number of stolen bases, that will give you a sense of how fast these people are, and then average. Average is the most important. It should be .268, but the computer doesn't really show that. That is roughly, and once again, baseball's weird, roughly your expected chance of getting a hit when you go up to bat. There's lots of exceptions to it. I do not like batting average, but it is what is commonly used in 1985, still commonly used today. I don't like it, but roughly that is what it's supposed to represent. Whether it actually does is an entirely different story. It doesn't count walks, doesn't count sacrifices, doesn't count hit by pitches. Like, there's a lot of things that don't count in that. Okay, so then left fielder. No, I think actually, let's change you out for Red Harris, and we will replace the third baseman as well. Why don't they just put the best players in to begin with? I'm not sure, but they don't. At least it doesn't feel that way. So I'm going to put you guys in. I'm a big fan of batting average over power because you'll see in this game is probably not going to happen. And then finally, we need to replace our pitcher as one of the worst pitchers that we have in the lineup. So we have Cook. Cook's numbers are based on ERA are the big ones. That's the last number. That's the expected amount if the pitcher pitched 9 innings, how many runs they would allow the other team to have. So if Cook here pitched the full 9 innings, you can see his number 6 there, he would give up 6 runs. That's what you can expect. We have a much better pitcher in Denny Estrada here. He is a starting pitcher, so what those show are wins, losses, starts, innings pitched, and ERA. All we really care about is ERA. Whether they're a starter or not, I don't really care. For our purposes, we just need 1 game. So we're going to put Denny Estrada in. I should point out that there is another player that I remember on the list. They kind of randomly assign a pitcher to you, by the way. They don't just go, this is, you're always going to be your pitcher. There it is, Tony Frisina. He is this, Frisina, I don't remember if his first name's Tony, it sounds right, but Frisina was the CEO of Accolade at the time. So we are good there. Can I just hit spacebar and go? Yep. All right, so we're in the game. All the substitutes are done. Now we can talk about pitches a little bit. As we can see, our batter is at the plate. We'll talk about the batter first. He's a right-handed batter. He's in the right-handed batter's box. He's batting right-handed. He is the center fielder. His last name is McCall. You can kind of see that in the bottom right. And he's got an average of 308. And that's how you talk about it. It's not .0308. You refer to it as if it's like a whole number, 308. So roughly 31% of the time he gets a hit when he goes up to bat. And once again, lots of exceptions to that. Take it with like an asterisk on that. But that's what it's supposed to represent. Cricket doesn't translate to baseball all that often. All right, so then we have the pitches. We have a fastball with an exclamation point. That means it's like a super fast fastball. That'll probably be our go-to pitch. Then we have a sinker. Sinker is supposed to go down, right? It sinks. It's kind of a fast pitch, but it goes down. In this game, I believe it just kind of goes slightly to the side. Like they don't do it right. We also have an off-speed pitch, which is a type of pitch, but it's not like an actual pitch. Like a sinker is technically an off-speed pitch. We'll say it's a changeup. It's a bit slower. That's the idea, but it doesn't really have all that much movement. And then a regular fastball, which is not as fast as fastball with an exclamation point, but it's still fast. It goes straight. We'll start with the fastball as the exclamation point. Get a good look at that. Then I can kind of determine. You can see me move around with the catcher's mitt where I want to throw it. I have a really hard time getting it to go exactly where I want. It's very sensitive. So I'll try to go a little bit to the outside here, and then hit the button and see what happens. Nope, right down the middle. All right, grounder to second. I cannot run forward. Ugh, he dove when I didn't want him to, but I got him. Fielding in this game is rough. Let's go with the sinker next. We'll just throw it down the middle. Yeah, you can see it kind of curved in. Ooh, can I get it? Nope, just missed it. It curved left. That's a slider. That's not a sinker. Off-speed pitch next. We'll just throw it down the middle. You can see it's straight. It's just a little slower. And then we have the fastball right down the middle. About the same speed as the off-speed. I don't know what that off-speed's supposed to represent. Another grounder to second, and out you are. All right. We're getting through this pretty fast. I like throwing it down the middle because it makes the game go faster when they hit it. All right. Oh, center fielder. Oh, he caught it. Nicely caught. I didn't think you would get it. Yeah, fielding in this game is weird. All right, so now we're up to base. We're up to bat, I should say. We have a left-handed hitter this time. I believe that their pitcher is right-handed. So I believe that my leadoff guy, the first guy, the leadoff guy, is a switch hitter. So he's always going to hit on the opposite side of the pitcher. So if the pitcher's right-handed, switch hitter will hit on the left side. Pitcher is left-handed, switch hitter will hit on the right side. The idea is that you want curveballs and sliders and things that curve. You want them to go towards you because it's easier for you to hit. That's the idea. So the pitcher that we're up against has a fastball, curveball, off-speed, and slider. My options right now are nothing or bunt. Bunting in this game, I don't recommend it. I'll do it once just to show it off, and then we'll never do it again. All right, I'm going to bunt. And then he's going to throw a pitch, and I'm just going to stick the bat out there. Let's try it again. If I get 2 strikes, it's over, though. That was a fastball that he threw. That's a curveball. Okay, so off we go, and this is why I don't bunt. Like, we weren't even close to making it to first. Yeah, that was my switch hitter. All right, so we have the left-handed hitter. You can see I can... after I hit the button to just swing away, any button will do, just as long as I don't hold right and hit it, it'll swing away. I can move the bat around. I typically don't do that too often, though. All right, that was a slider because it looked like a curveball, but it was faster. Right? And now we get to the hard part of the game. It's really hard to hit the ball. Ugh. I shouldn't have swung at that one. All right, how are we doing? We're doing all right. We got things going for me. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll see if I can't get a hit here. Why did I swing at that? I think that was a ball. Honestly, I thought it was going to be slower. That's all I can really say. All right, catcher. We got Mr. Miller here. Not Alan, but he's Alan Miller. All right, pop up. I think that's going to get past. Yes. Past the first baseman. And now we get our first throw in from the outfield. You can see it takes a long time for that to happen. There's a few things that are representative of baseball here. Not all of them, though. All right. Can we get... All right, we got it. For whatever reason, when you field, you can only really go left and right until you're in the outfield. Outfielders can go back and a little bit forward, but the infielders, they cannot go forward, like, at all. And that's a home run. Now we get to watch the guy run around the bases. I threw a sinker down the middle, but I throw everything down the middle in this game. Because if I try to go a little bit on the outside here, it goes like way out there. And unless the guy swings, it's not going to do much. All right, that's just an off speed. And what was that? I don't understand. Okay. And then he automatically runs to first base once he picks it up to try to get the guy out. Technically speaking, in the game of, like an actual game of baseball, pitcher's supposed to run to first to cover first base in that case, but not in this game. Like I said, some things translate, some things don't. All right, pop up to second base to end it, and we're at bat again, bottom of the second. Let's see what I can do here. Just try to get a hit, just a single. Ugh. I thought I was going to be slower than that. All right, I popped it up. That will get past the second baseman, or the third baseman, sorry. Let's run to second. I'm already hitting the button. Okay. Look how slow that is. Look how painfully slow that is. I'm running to third. Look at it go. And then it like hovers. I'm just going to stay here. Yeah, it speeds up towards the end. So that was a triple on a, like what looks like a pop-up to third base. Hooray! Charge! Yeah, do not steal home, ever. But once players are on base, you can kind of choose when to steal. That's not supposed to be my stealing guy. That's my number 4 hitter. Number 4 hitters are typically your most powerful hitters, so they're usually not fast. Let's see what I can do here. Oh, that was the fastball. I wasn't expecting the fastball. I was expecting the off speed. It's hard to gauge distance in this game. Like, depth perception is an issue. I should have known not to swing at that one. There's no excuse for that. Come on. No! I thought it was going to be the slider, and it technically was, but it was way high and inside. Okay. 1 out. Now, technically, one of the things I can do, which I don't think I can do in this game, is I could try to have the player steal home while my batter bunts. And that's known as a squeeze play. If the runner goes before my batter touches the ball with the bat, it's known as a suicide squeeze. And then if he waits until the ball hits the bat and then hits the ground, it's a safety squeeze. Either way, I don't think I can do that in this game. So I'm just going to have to swing away. But it is something I would consider doing. Look how far down the line my guy is. Yeah, I was late again. It's hard to gauge things. It's just so hard. All right, come on. That's way out there. Getting a little bit more patient at the plate, but not a lot. Go, 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 go. No! Go back. All right, well, there went our triple. I thought he could make it, but no. I'm not going to steal second. Stealing in this game, I have never been able to pull it off. So I'm just going to keep avoiding it. Just makes sense to... Then again, I'm not really good at hitting either. To be honest, this is pretty representative of how many runs are scored in a baseball game. But it still feels like it's so much worse when you're the one that's trying to swing at pitches and stuff. All right. That's a grounder. Yeah, we're out. And they turn a double play, which they shouldn't be able to do because the first one was the third out. But in this game, you can go for 4 outs. You can go for 5 outs if you time things right. They forgot to program that once the third out is done, like, it's over. All right, I caught that over my head somehow. Hooray. Let's try to... Once again, we're trying to make this go kind of as quick as possible. Yeah, my sinker's not doing me any favors. And here comes the long throw from center. I don't understand. There's certain things in this game I just don't get. All right. I'm not going to throw the sinker anymore. They hit the sinker pretty hard. That's a foul ball, and I'm not allowed to go get it. Pitcher's not allowed to touch the grass over there for some reason. Regular fastball. Nope, still not going to get it. You can dive all you want. You're still not going to get it. And the runner did try to steal. Bad for him. No, it's first. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We got him anyway. So the runner tried to steal. Somebody caught in the air. He's got to go back to first. The ball beat him there. Easily. Don't make running mistakes in this game. Like I did. And the computer did. Alright, well, we're in the bottom of the third now. I felt like I did well on that one. They're telling me I was late. Oh, that was tricky. I thought it was a slider. It was a curveball the way that was going. Curveball just basically curves more and is a lot slower. But that's not really how curveballs work in the real world. See, that's the slider. All right, full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if I can get a walk or something here. Yep. And now we sprint, because that's as fast as my guys can run. He's sprinting to first. It doesn't feel like it, but that is definitely it. He's fairly fast. Harris, I'm going to have him try to steal. Just to show it off. Easily out. Easily out. If I lose, I lose. I don't care. I just wanted to show off a few things. Now we're ready to go and take things seriously. That is a fair ball somehow. And I made it. Hooray. Once again, we didn't run through the base like you're supposed to. Like, you guys failed Little League baseball. This is like they teach you this stuff in Little League. What are you guys doing here? All right, let's see if I can get a hit. I'm definitely getting my patience up. That was my pitch, though. That was the one. Right down the middle fastball. But I didn't think it was going to be... It's really fast is the problem. All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes. No, I thought that was going to be the fastball again. Is that 2 outs? Okay. One of the things that you can do is if it's a full count with 2 outs, have everybody steal. There's no point in not having them do that. You either walk and then they get the base anyway, or you strike out and then it doesn't matter, or you put the ball in play and then they're already ahead of the game and running. So if that happens, I'll show it off, but it's rare that I get that to happen in this game. Yep, outside. I'm on to you. Maybe not. But at least I felt like that one the catcher caught, and then I hit out of the glove. It's what it sounded like, which is not. Which is not how it would ever happen in a game. All right, that was the slider. Okay, come on, give me something to hit. But like slower. Damn you. Okay. What are we in? Top of the 4th. I'm going to keep my guy in. As long as I don't throw any more sinkers, we should be good. A fastball that fast, you would never hit that speed. All right. Fastball. Yeah, like don't dive and then throw. Yeah, good job. Good job. I clearly hit right and threw it, but whatever. Okay, fastball. All right, throw it to first. He made it. He might have a chance to get up to second now. Probably should have thrown it to second, but I feel like the throw to first is faster. All right, let's do off speed. Not that I can really tell what that is. All right. Throw it to second. There we go. That was a lot faster. Holy crap. Okay. Super fast fastball. Why not? Dive. You almost got it. Fastball. Just a normal one. Throw it into second. And eventually it will get there. Why that guy didn't go to third, I'll never know. But it's like, there are certain times when I see the ball being thrown by the outfield, I'm like, I'm running for it. That's never going to get there. Sinker. See, I mean, that was, you saw how much he missed the catcher by that one. Oh my God. Got him. All right. It's so slow sometimes. All right. We made it through 4 innings. Gave up 1 run. I got 2 hits. I'm happy with 2 hits. Like, everything else goes away. I got 2 hits. I got a triple. Like, things are going well for me. Ugh. We're gonna get something here. Nope. Okay, 2 balls, 1 strike. I was expecting it to curve, but it was just the off-speed pitch. Is that gonna get past him? I think it is. Do I dare? He tried to throw it to first. I mean, I've seen it happen in a baseball game before that somebody wasn't running hard to first and they hit it to right field and almost got out, but like that's so rare. If the guy's actually running, that should never happen. All right, come on, Craven. I was expecting the slider. Damn it, same damn pitch. I still thought it was a slider. That one was a slider, but it was so far in, I wasn't going to hit it. That's low. Come on. Give me something to hit. Just nub that over there. There you go. Off the end of the bat. I thought it was the slider again. He keeps, like, it's the same thing. Until the very end, when it's too late for me to do anything about it. See, that one is the slider. And I was expecting the fastball. All right. Home run! I got a home run! We're up ahead, 2-1. Everybody get around the bases. Do the good home run trot. Taunt the pitcher on the way back. That way you get hit next time. All right, go. That was Lorenzen. Nice job, Lorenzen. I do know a Lorenzen that plays baseball, but you are not him. Because it would be way too late for that. All right, can I... God, they threw that in fast. I just got to first, too. I just got there. Okay. 2-1. I will take it. We might actually win the game. All on a pit. Like, honestly, when I hit, I'm like, oh, that's a pop-up. Next thing I know, it just keeps carrying. Oh, it just kept going. It just kept on coming inside. I was expecting it to turn. Go, go, go. Everybody go. All right, well, we replaced one runner with another. I wasn't sure if he was going to catch it. He should have caught it, but for whatever reason, he didn't. All right, Harris up. Thought I could hit it when it was that low, but I guess not. I see fastball, and I'm just like, swing! It's like, wait, it's way too low. Oh, that was awful. That was the worst at-bat I've had yet. But we're winning, 2-1. I will take it. Go fastball. Ha! Die for it. Nothing. Yeah, never a sinker. I refuse. I had one guy hit a home run with it, and another guy hit like a double with it. We're not throwing that. All right, regular fastball. A little bit outside. Get it. Just... Huh. Easily out. Like, the runners in this game are so slow. Super fastball. Okay, second baseman, we're just gonna hang out here. Once again, it's not like I can run up to get it. I'm just kind of stuck there. All right, fastball. You have to say it like that because it's got an exclamation point. I got it. It says out. You can't tell. I put my person in the position and hope for the best. All right, they brought in a relief pitcher. He throws nothing but fastballs and a super fastball. I should be able to get hits off this guy, or at least put the ball in play. I feel like I had the timing right. I must have had to swing outside at that. Like, how do you hit it? Like, it's like a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and it comes off the bat at like 20. Too slow. Too slow. Maybe I'm not as good at fastballs as I thought, but the fact that this guy only throws fastballs, like, I should be able to get hits. It was high. That was late, because that was the super fastball. I don't even know what I was thinking there. I don't even know. All right, I'm going to let my guy go, I think 6 innings, and then I'll bring in the next guy. I don't know how I didn't hit that one right. They're saying I was late on it, but it didn't feel late. That felt perfect. That should have been a home run. I just don't understand. Like, what? I don't know. I'm probably reading too much into it. Yeah, this will be our guy's last inning here. We do have other pitchers, so we'll bring them in. Hooray! They're very happy for me. Do I dare? Sinker. But like outside. You know, like an actual pitcher would. Got it. Like... What else was I supposed to do? I just have to wait for the ball to come to me. Like, third basemen are very well known for running forward, barehanding the ball, and throwing it off balance to first base, but not in this game. You just wait there. Did he stole. And I can't do a pickoff attempt in this game. High. Oh. I should be able to get that, but I'm not going to. Nope. I threw it almost as fast as I could. I could have gotten it out a little bit sooner, but it wouldn't have mattered. Like that should be the end of it. All right. Nope. Nope. Run forward? No. Can't do that. Fastball. What, now he's not running? Out. I could try to throw it, but there's 3 outs, so once again, they just kind of forgot to program that the inning is over. All right, next time we'll bring in somebody else. Okay. Just fastballs and a super fastball. That's like a great hit. And it's another home run! There we go! I'm better at this game than I thought. Who would have guessed? Not me. I might actually win. Okay. Let's see if I can do it again. Nope. I don't even know why. Like, I knew it early. I'm like, that's not a strike, and I swing anyway. All right. That should land. I don't think he'll get to it. No, he got to it. I don't know why they said the first baseman could get it. Like, that was way out into the outfield. Yeah, there is a stat out there called batting average on balls in play. They call it BABIP. Not in 1985, but later on. BABIP is basically, if you put the ball in play, what are your chances of getting a hit out of it? And the league average is something like 400. So, like, even if you put the ball in play, there's still like a 60% chance you don't make it to first. felt like that was a good swing, but I needed to probably say inside. For the record, for the most part, I just hit the button. I don't even like pick a direction. I just hit the button and hope. What are you doing, dude? You probably couldn't have caught that because it was on the grass, but still, what was that? Thought it was the faster one. Yep. They can kind of move it around, and I can't. All right, substitution time. Let's go ahead and do a player substitution. We will take Estrada out. He's given us 6 innings. You know, that's all you can really ask for. Now, in a real baseball game, this is not how you would do this at all, but we're not playing a real baseball game. So we're going to bring in our next best guy according to the ERA stat, which is you, right? The lower the better. Let's bring in Larry Leary. Sure. He's got a 2.81, so means he gives up a run every 3 innings or so. We got some curving pitches, but we're not going to do them. Well, we'll show up a changeup. Look how slow that is. He was way ahead of it, but he still hit it. Fastball. Why'd you dive? All right, throw it into second. It got there eventually. I didn't want to throw a slider, lefty slider, or sorry, lefty righty slider like that. You don't want to do that. This is a good time to throw the slider because the slider is going to go to our right, which is away from the batter, which is exactly what you want. Of course, it doesn't matter if I just keep on throwing it down the middle. What? It went through my guy. It went through him. I don't know what I was supposed to do there. This guy's not doing great for me, this pitcher. Just go get it. All right, I'm going to do a slider on the outside. All right, I got 2 outs there. I know, I wasn't talking there, but what I did is I caught it with the first baseman in the air. And I know that in this game, the runners, they don't run back to the base until the ball is caught. So I got him in the air, and then I threw it quickly to second, knowing that the runner wouldn't be able to make it back in time, then was hoping to get it back to first. But yeah, that worked out pretty well for me. I was concentrating, though. Can't get that. All right, we'll do a slider a little bit outside. A little bit outside. Don't dive. Why did you dive? Now the guy's safe. Oh, it's almost the 7th inning stretch. One more, and I get the 7th inning stretch. Change up. I can't. No! Oh my god, look at that. See, this is like seeing that throw, I would have everybody run. I don't understand, but they gotta run, right? Because I didn't catch it, because I didn't know where it was gonna go. It really is kind of a guess and check at some point. Alright, yeah, we'll finish the game. At least the 9 innings. I didn't talk about it in the video, but oh my god. Get him? Thank you. If it's tied after 9 innings, you just play 1 inning at a time until there's a winner at the end of the inning. All right, they're bringing in a relief pitcher, and it's the 7th inning stretch. Middle of the 7th inning is the 7th inning stretch. That's when we play. That's when the stadium plays "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Everybody sings. A lot of people have other songs that they play after that. I think at this point the Red Sox are playing. I don't know. I honestly don't know enough about 1985. Didn't go to a baseball game in 1985. But a lot of teams will play a second song that they always play. Anyway, curveball, changeup, sinker, off speed. So everything's going to come slow. That was the curveball. You can tell because it's slow. It is the slowest pitch that comes. That, I believe, was the sinker. Once again, that's not how a sinker works, but it is in this game. That's the curveball. Just early on it. And that was the slider, I think. Or the sinker. Sinker. It's really a slider, though. I legitimately thought that was really low. That was the off-speed pitch. That's the sinker again. God, I can't figure out this guy's pitches. That was the curveball. I got that, but weak ground ball to second base. I'll leave Leary in another inning. Okay. Give me something to hit. It was the off-speed pitch. I was expecting it to curve. Like, that off-speed is actually a really good pitch because you keep on expecting it to be the curveball or the slider or something, but it just goes it just goes straight. It's just slow. When it's high, I think it's just faster. Yeah. Fastball. Just don't die for it. There we go. Slider inside. It's supposed to jam him. Hey, I caught it. I will take it. And slider, once again, kind of out there. The idea is that if he hits it, he's supposed to kind of roll over it, and it's supposed to go to, like, second base. But that's not what's happening. See if I can throw him out at first. If I didn't slide, maybe. Yeah, I have a hard time lining people up properly, I guess. All right, here's their designated hitter. Well, there you go. I forgot what I was throwing. It was a strike, whatever it was. It was a changeup. All right, we'll follow that up with a fastball. A little bit outside. Too far outside. I barely moved it. And they're still just like, no. Can I double them up? No. Close, though. Closer than I thought it was going to be, but it's already 3 outs, so I don't know why he went back anyway. Okay, bottom of the 8th. They're bringing in another relief pitcher. I'll bring in my another guy. We'll call him our closer. I didn't even see what the pitches were. I really need to check that out. Fastball, slider, changeup, fastball. Okay, so that was the changeup. I thought it was a fastball. That's the slider. That's the changeup. Ugh. It's so hard to tell, especially on the left-handed throwers, the left-handed pitchers. It's so hard to tell because, like, up and outside just make it look like it's going faster instead of up and outside. As long as I can hold them in the next inning, I win. Is that gone? That's another home run! I wasn't even really paying attention, but we got it. Another one down. Hooray, we did it. Okay, 4-2. Give me something to hit. Come on, Mr. Miller. And that is, yeah, way too hard to the second baseman. I almost said shortstop. Why was he edging me that way anyway? All right, 2 outs. Thought it was going to be slower. Turned out to be, I thought it was the changeup. Turned out to be the slider. That's the changeup. That probably isn't going to go. It did! I don't understand what's happening. I feel like this has a lot less to do with my skill level than just like random calculations of the game behind the scenes. You know what I mean? All right, 5-2. Let's see. If I don't score again, I can get a save. I don't know if this game calculates saves. It probably doesn't. all the way to the wall. Can I even make it there? Yep, I made it to first. On a ground ball to the wall. That's always a double. And yet I barely made it to first in this game. Go Lorenzen. Lorenzen's good. I thought I had that, but I probably need to like hit high. Yeah, there's 3 outs already, but they're going to get out number 4 because who cares? Once again, never happens in baseball. All right, we're going to bring in our closer. I don't know who the closer is. We'll figure it out as we go. So I mentioned in the last video that there's usually like a pitcher that you bring in. I think it's going to be him. Yeah, no, we'll bring in Frisina. That makes sense. He's a little bit worse in terms of ERA, but he's not a starter, as you can see. We'll bring in Frisina. So a closer is somebody that comes in at the 9th inning and shuts them down. And if you follow the exact formulas right, they will get what is known as a save for finishing the game in the 9th inning. This is one of those opportunities. We're only ahead by 3. He's going to pitch the full inning. That's a save. Right there. All right. We'll do a sinker a little bit outside. That's a slider. I don't care what you say. Okay, curveball a little bit outside. Don't understand, but then we'll follow it up with a slider down and in, and he swings and misses. What, I can get them to swing now? I couldn't get them to swing to start the game. Fastball up and outside. There we go. I think I have to center my joystick in order for them not to dive. I think that's the trick, but I don't know. Curveball, down and in. That is not down or in. He is a closer. Slider, he's driving me nuts. All right. There and there. 2. That's the game. And we've won! Because we were up, we don't need to play the bottom of the 9th. We've already won. We did it! That is the game! We have won! Hooray! And that's it. That's it. Then we can play again. But that is the game played. And with the game played, it's time to talk about how it holds up today. Playing the game today, I do have to say that I did have fun playing hardball. With that said, it really is a limited amount of fun that I had playing the game, even as a big baseball fan. And I do believe that I am a bit biased because I am a big baseball fan. If you're not a baseball fan, this game's probably not for you. But because I am a baseball fan, I did enjoy having the ability to bring people in and substitute and try to figure out the stats and stuff. But with all that said, there's only 2 teams, so there's only so much I can do. But ultimately, there's some fun to be had. It does represent baseball, but with that said, it doesn't represent it very well. I think that there are better instances of games out there, at least today, than playing this game. If you are a fan of older baseball games and don't mind a little bit of frustration, this game might be for you. But ultimately, it didn't feel like I was in all that much control of my team, of the players, of the pitches, of the batting, of the fielding, of the running, of the throwing, of a lot of things. It just kind of felt like, all right, let's throw and hope for the best. Let's swing and hope for the best. Let's throw a pitch and hope for the best. And I don't necessarily like that. With that said, it's baseball. I enjoyed it. If you like baseball games, you might like this one. But like I said, there are better games out there. The pacing on it is off. How quickly runners run, how quickly batters throw the ball, the fact that your infielders can barely move. They can just basically go left and right. The fact that you can't really tell when a ball is going to be a home run versus a pop-up to third base. The fact that you can't figure out the pitches very well. I think you can't figure out the pitches very well. I think that there's something to be said about, depth perception. And I don't think that they illustrated it well. I think the fastest pitch is too fast. It's probably realistic to what happens in a game, but it doesn't give me enough time to react because the ball's going away from me, so it's a little bit harder to tell its speed as opposed to a ball, coming toward me. That's easier to see. So I understand the need for the behind the mound perspective, and I do appreciate that they put that in this game, but I would prefer kind of the normal video game perspective of I'm basically looking from behind home plate and I can move my batter around. That's what we saw kind of in glimpses in the last video, and that was the standard at the time. I prefer that, to be honest. It's easier for me to gauge when to hit the ball. And if you're playing baseball, chances are you want to do better on offense. You're not really as concerned on defense. And then on defense, I'll show some, for this segment, I'll show you guys my previous attempt at this. I almost hit an inside the park home run. I got a triple play. Like there was some good stuff in that one, but I ended up having to scrap it. I kept on getting interrupted, and then it ended up going to like the 11th inning before I'm like, I'm done, I'm tired. But ultimately, like there's certain aspects of the game that didn't translate well. And I do wish that they had fixed it somehow. In baseball, normally when the ball goes all the way to the wall, the outfielder will get it, yes, but they will throw it to what's known as a cutoff man. One of the infielders will go out and try to meet them about halfway, so the outfielder doesn't have to throw it like all the way to third base or all the way to first or second or home or anything like that. There's a lot of aspects of baseball, a lot of nuance that got missed in this game. So it's hard to say this is a great game, but honestly, by this point, you probably already know whether you like the game or not. I think that the graphics are okay. I think there's certain aspects that are better than others. I think the batter and the pitcher, that perspective, I think that worked out really well. But then the fielders, and the fielders and the runners, I don't like the looks of that. And then the crowd is awful. The crowd is absolutely terrible. The fact that there's a lot of foul territory that you can't cover, a lot of area of the ballpark that your fielders just can't go to. Not a fan. The sound I think is great. And then finally, the replayability factor on this game, I would say is low. I had fun playing basically 2 games in this, but I would not go back for a third. It's too long. It just takes too long to get things done. It doesn't feel like I'm in control. It just kind of feels like rolling the dice and seeing if I win sometimes. So ultimately, I wouldn't recommend this game to a modern audience unless you are kind of a diehard baseball fan and kind of want to see the history of baseball video games in particular. This is not necessarily a good spot to start, but it's definitely the first kind of popular and influential game, and we'll talk about that a little bit more as we continue. But otherwise, this can be a game that you can avoid. And that's my modern take on the game. When the game was released, Hardball proved to be very popular. By 1989, the game sold over 500,000 copies. Critics at the time were also positive about the game, seeing it as the best baseball game on the market. As time has gone on, the game is often forgotten in terms of baseball games, replaced in people's memories by later games that improved upon Hardball's formula. Hardball would spawn ports and sequels. We will keep an eye on some of these as we continue. As for Accolade, the success of Hardball would propel Accolade to become one of the better American computer game developers. We will hear from Accolade again in the future. As for Bob Whitehead, he would only create one more game, which would not be particularly successful. Whitehead would leave the video game industry, and we will not hear from Bob Whitehead again. As for Mimi Doggett and Ed Bogus, although they would continue to work in the industry, we will likely not hear from them again either. That will do it for the story of Hardball for now. My name is Baller Scuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video when we lean into it.